Yeah. Yeah, I'm tying my hair back for this one. All right. Let's talk about it. I figure I might have to S&D in order to be able to get my rep back without having to grind it for the next 4 months, so might as well get it prepped, right? Anyway, yeah, so the thumbnail that is on the video is absolutely 100% accurate. In fact, I can show it to you. Here you go. Right there. 11.95. Negative 11.95. Unfortunately, in this case, it's absolutely legitimate. And there's not much I can do about it aside from the devs, I guess, repairing it. If they even go so far as to repair it. And I don't know if they will. I'm obviously still going to play the game and stuff. It's just really going to, I guess, it's going to kind of suck. Because it was cool having access to the tab and, you know, being able to catalog all the kits that I was getting for max rep. Because I was trying to do a thing where I'd pull like the next 100 kits or something in a row and kind of catalog them for everybody and then start looking at like similarities and averages and try to take inventory of everything to give everybody an idea of like what they could expect. For instance, one of the things that I noticed was like 3 out of 5 scavs on average, like 60% of the time, ended up with a labs key card in the pocket of the scav and usually somewhere between like 40 and 50,000 rubles, which was really cool and also kind of broken. And then I was super excited to start testing out stuff when Nikita started talking about how they would maybe add a tab or something for gear coming out of labs. All that stuff seemed like, you know, super hyped up. And I know that I wasn't the only one that had max rep. There's a couple of guys like in the OEFT Discord that have said that they got max rep too really recently. And it also seems like they've nerfed maybe some of the ways to gain it and increase the penalties of killing other player scavs and stuff, but I digress. This here looks like it was kind of some crazy one-off thing, and I don't know exactly how to describe it other than that it sucked. So it appears that I'm the first person that went from max rep. I was like one of the first people in the world, if not the first person in the game to get maximum rep to be able to show it to you for the video and all that other stuff. And then I know, just based on the number of hours that have been available to the player base, based on the statistical likelihood of somebody being able to pull it off by now being very unlikely, I am 99.9% confident that I am the only person right now that has negative max rep. In fact, I've gone further than negative max rep because it's supposed to be a continuum of -7 to 7, not negative 12.01, which is what it was until I ended up taking a car extract out of customs just to test the validity of those percentages that I had talked about. And yeah, I can verify that it's 400% more expensive. It cost me 28,000 rubles to get out of customs today. So what happened? Well, I can tell you what I didn't do. I did not engage in combat with any other player scavs unless they had shot me first throughout the entire day today, and I was only shot at by 2 other player scavs. I did not engage or even see any other bosses or guards. In fact, the only NPCs that I had shot at while on my scav today was the 3 raiders that I came across in this clip. Oh, it's a raider. Standing with fence increased by 6.05? What? Did I just lose all of my rep? Oh, shit. Really? I think I just lost all my rep by killing a raider? Did that just happen? Are you serious? Did it say buy or 2? I thought raiders were fair game. They're supposed to be. Decreased. No, it says decreased by 6.0499. Now, if you notice in the lower right-hand corner, you can see that it pops up where it says rep changed by -6.05, like in the first one, for instance. And then we have a couple of additional ones of greater than 6 for each of the additional raiders that I shot. And what's weird about this is that there was a tweet that BSG put out less than a day ago that said that they removed the penalty for killing raiders while on a scav. So they should not have had a penalty associated with them at all. And since putting out the tweet that I did saying like, hey, this is really weird, and having a bunch of people respond saying that since that tweet, they have engaged with raiders and killed them and seen no penalty, just like it's supposed to be. In my case, I went from 6.14 positive rep to -12 because I killed 3 raiders on reserve that were supposed to have no penalty. And again, I don't know what it was in the loadout or with my account or whatever that ended up triggering it. But there's actually something even cooler about this that is going to really cook your noodle. See, I did mention in the last video that I made, the instructional video about scav karma, that if you come across and kill a PMC, there is like a minimum reward of like 0.01 rep. What I did not mention is that if you are playing as a PMC or a scav, if you kill other scavs or bosses or boss guards, that accumulates negative rep. Like we talked about that, but it scales up. Killing the first scav is -0.02, and then it's 0.04 is the next penalty, and then 0.06 is the next penalty, and so on. To take it a step further, that negative rep is now kind of being held over your head as a bounty. Let's say you killed 3 scavs, which means that your total negative rep right now would have been 0.12 negative. If somebody comes along and kills you, that generated rep for the person that killed you, with you having been like the bad guy, generates a positive 0.12 rep for the guy that beat you. Which means that if the mechanic is working the way that it's supposed to work, if I got -18 rep by killing 3 raiders, this player scav he's going to shoot me in the face. He is going to shoot me in the face. What an asshole, dude. Would have generated positive 18 rep, max rep on fence. And if it's worked the way that it looks like it's working, there's no cutoff if you're using a whole number that's large enough. It doesn't just hit a wall. It's based on, I don't know, whatever integer you end up feeding it last that pushes you up to the threshold, and then it goes over. So right now, let's say if he was neutral, if he was sitting at 0, he'd be at +18 fence rep instead of +7, which is where the upper limit is supposed to be. At least that's what we thought. And the fact that I'm sitting at -12 means that I'm well below the lower limit of -7. So I haven't even run a scav run yet. My cooldown is 2 hours. And as of the recording of this video, my scav run is now just up. So I figured to end this video, what I would do is share my first experience using a max negative rep scav with y'all. But hey, I mean, there's nobody that can say that they did a speed run from max rep to max negative rep in the course of just a couple of days. I think I'm going to hold on to that world record for forever. All right, what's this kit look like? Oh, yeah. Oh, we are naked. Naked and afraid. I got a PPSH with TTFMJ and 1 backup mag. All right, all right, all right. So clearly it's a bit different in terms of the firearm that you get, what you've got on backup, and whether or not you get any gear at all. And by whether or not you get any gear at all, I mean you get none. Wow. Oh, there you go. There's the kicker. And we have no bandages? I'm trying to be a good breaky boy, sir. We're pretty much dead at this point. Boy just broke his leg. And we're dead. Very nice. Very nice. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about fading out because clearly the game did it for us. And there's no positive rep to gain here. As you can see, I was very much kill on sight from a scav on the map. He shot me from quite the distance. So getting to negative full status rep or whatever with fence is going to be a really painful endeavor to try and recover from. It, I would argue, would be nearly impossible once you're in that kill on sight stage. Because in order to be able to generate rep, you'd have to be able to kill scavs or guard bosses and like kill marked scavs, like bad guys. In order to be able to do that, I don't know how that's going to happen, man. That's rough. That's really rough. So anyway, thank you guys very much for checking out the video. I appreciate your time. I guess I'm going to say goodbye after all, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.